Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the All Physiques podcast. In today's episode, we're going to be discussing nutrition. It is one of the most difficult things to tackle when it comes to our health and wellness routines, and it's one of the number one things I struggle with. So today, we're going to discuss all things nutrition and some of the stuff that I do to help combat these issues and make eating nutritiously a little bit more fun. Let's go, you guys. All right. So first and foremost, I just want to put out there, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm a personal fitness trainer with a lot of health and wellness background. And I just feel the need to help and express it further using my podcast as a platform. So with that being said, we're going to discuss nutrition today. So as we all know, it's one of the number one things that we all struggle with when it comes to our health and wellness routines. We all love to eat. It's a given. There's very few people that I know that don't enjoy a good meal or a good cocktail, glass of wine, some cheese. I don't know. There's a lot that goes into eating because it's emotional, it's rewarding, and it's an attachment. A lot of people make it that for themselves. When it comes to stress, anxiety, depression, we use food to cope. When we're sad, we use food to cope. When we're upset, we could use food to cope. People use it in different ways and forget that our bodies can tell us a lot more when it comes to what we want to eat and what we need to eat. So why do we struggle with nutrition? We all have lives and we all get emotional, like I had just stated, and we can definitely use food as a drug and to replace feelings and try to cover up holes. We can also use it as, a negative thing towards ourselves when it comes to trying to reach a goal weight or, lose fat, whatever it is. If you're going at it constantly with all these fad diets and starving yourself all day, and then you break and cave and consume a ton of calories in the evening, you're really doing your body harm when it comes to your metabolism. You see, when you're not feeding yourself all day and you're working out on top of it, your body is doing this thing inside where it starts to get used to it. And it says, okay, she's not going to feed us or he's not going to feed us all day. So we're going to keep storing this fat so that he or she can survive. And we're not going to use it as fuel like we normally would because we don't know when the next time they're going to feed us is. So your body then just holds on to this fat because it's unsure and uncertain of when we're going to feed it next. So doing that, going from like not eating all day and then having this giant meal in the evening, which is one of the most common ways of eating I see, is terrible for your metabolism. And that's where you're going to see it be very difficult for you to lose weight. If you're stuck somewhere and you're eating like that, that's definitely going to be an issue. It's better to eat steadily throughout the day and maintain that balance because otherwise, hello. My dog just jumped here. Sorry about that. Because otherwise, you're going to be slowing down your metabolism eating in that way, making it pretty difficult for you to lose any weight if that's one of your goals. So trying to punish yourself and not eat and starve and see how long you can last and then caving and breaking is a really bad cycle, and it would be smart of you to break that habit. Now, I don't eat like that. I do eat steadily throughout the day, but I do exercise most weeks 2 times a day, sometimes more, and on the weekends, occasionally 2. So I'm often ravenous. I'm always hungry. I always want something to eat. So my downfall is not having stuff prepared. That sets me back because I'll just grab what's on hand. I do live with my significant other and we do have treats in the house on occasion. So it can be difficult from time to time. So being prepared with your meals is one of the number one things that I see to be very effective when it comes to upping your nutrition and making it fun. So you don't have to make it boring. You don't have to eat the boring steamed broccoli, grilled or steamed chicken and brown or white rice. It doesn't have to be like that. If you want to eat like that, that's a good, clean way of eating. But if you're like, that is terrible crap and you love food and you love flavor, you don't need to eat like that. If you go onto Pinterest and you search delicious, healthy recipes, you're going to find a plethora of amazing things to search through. I do it all the time. So I get my ideas from there. And this is a work in progress for me, but planning at the beginning of the week, getting your groceries on a certain day, getting your recipes prepared for the week, and then just having it set in mind what you're going to do is a huge, huge step. It can just take your mind off of a ton of things. I know that we have temptations. We want to go out to eat. We want to order in. We want to just grab whatever is easy peasy. But if you get yourself in that, whatever day of the week you're in the most strong mental state, use that day to prep your grocery list and meals and go to the store, get everything you need, and get everything organized in your fridge and ready to go. I am not one to meal prep a whole lot just because I'm not a fan of the way the food tastes 2 or 3 days later. I'll make a big pot of something and then I'll have leftovers for a day, maybe two. But I am not a big fan of keeping things for a really long time. So I tend to make things a little bit smaller and I make them in the moment, which can be bad in my case because some days I am so exhausted that I don't want to even do it. So that's where you want to have your partner in hand here helping you with it. I know that's hard to get them on the same page, but having a partner that can want to be on track with you and wants to eat the same foods you do can be a huge, huge help. Luckily, Christian can sometimes be on the same page as me, and he's gone a lot when it comes to working at the fire department. So I can pretty much shop for myself a lot. But it really does help when they want to eat the things that you're eating and you're making it tasty along the way. Now, I completely understand if this isn't something that would work out for you. I know men are stubborn, believe me. I have one at home. And if this isn't going to work for you at all, if that is not even an option, you need to develop something called tunnel vision. If you have a goal, you need to tunnel that mind, girl or man, and get your head straight when it comes to planning your meals, getting your own groceries, shopping for yourself, having a side of the fridge, having a cabinet that's your own. Do your own thing then. If they're not going to be on the same page as you, fine, let them do their thing, but you have a goal in mind, so don't let that get in your way. Keep getting creative also, like I mentioned before. Definitely use Pinterest if you are a Pinterest person. And you can definitely go on to lots of different Instagram accounts for food people, food bloggers, whatever you call them. I upload a different recipe once a week, typically on Tuesdays. So you can get inspiration all over the place. If you're having a hard time making fun, healthy meals and you love flavor, just get creative. Search some out, make a little recipe board on your fridge or in your Pinterest account, save it, refer back to it whenever your grocery day comes along, but have fun with it. It doesn't need to be boring. It doesn't need to be tasteless. You can make it so much more fun and less stressful when you're getting into it and getting creative in the kitchen. So, last but not least, I want to talk about something to get a little bit deeper into it here, our relationships with food. So, this is a deep topic because we all have a different relationship with it. Everyone has a different reason why they binge eat or why they don't eat at all. And maybe you don't even really care about food too much and it's just, what you're living off of. But developing a good, healthy relationship with food is one of the key factors to good nutrition. Now, this sounds weird, like we're not going to sit there and talk to our apples and bananas, but what I mean by this is don't beat yourself up when you have a poor week or a bad. Let's actually take that word out. Let's not say poor, let's not even say bad. When you just have a fun week and you kind of cave and have a few things that probably aren't the best for your goal or reaching whatever or good for your nutrition, beating yourself up about it and telling yourself that you're bad for doing these things and that, you're terrible and instantly feeling this guilt, that is so, so bad when it comes to your relationship with food. So when you have these days, because we all have them, I like to look at it as, we are all human and once in a while, it's okay. Like we only get this one life and we all have goals and dreams and it's perfectly okay to have them and to be reaching towards them. If you're on a roll and you don't even ever get off track. More power to you. But more oftentimes than not, every human will fall off the train. Okay. It happens and it's completely normal and it's okay. If you're doing it constantly, maybe let's circle back here and see what's happening. But if you're having a fun weekend, or if you're having a fun dinner, or if you just have an off week because you're just not feeling yourself, why are you going to be mean to yourself about the fact that you got off track a little bit? Because it's not making it any better. It's already happened. It's already in the past. Let it go. Understand that you have goals and understand that you know exactly what you need to do to get back on track. Give yourself a little tap and get right back into the game. No need sitting there sulking in it and being mean to yourself. That's just going to treat you or teach you to develop this relationship with food where you almost hate each other. It's like a young sibling kind of a thing, to like put it into a weird mental state for you guys. Don't have that bad relationship with food. Food is your friend. You need it. Without it, you wouldn't gain muscle. Without it, you wouldn't be able to live and breathe and move and do all the things we do. So learn to appreciate it and learn to love it. And don't let a bad day, a bad week, or anything, not bad, fun, get in your way. Just let that go and get right back on track when you're ready, because it's going to happen. It's inevitable. It's always going to be there. So just let it happen. All right. Now, I got super deep into that, and I'm really passionate about this part of nutrition when it comes to the relationship, because once upon a time, I had a really bad relationship with food. I'll tell you guys a little short story. It's a little sensitive to me, but I'm open to sharing it with you in hopes that I can save one, two, a few, a million, 1,000 of you from doing the same thing and making the same mistakes. So when I first started working out and getting into health and fitness, I did the thing where we eat the 12,000 calories a day and work out like crazy, cardio mostly. And I would do exactly what I just told you not to do. I would get so upset with myself if I ate over an amount of food within my calorie zone that I wanted to stay in. And I would occasionally, it didn't last very long. I'm not proud of this, and I definitely don't recommend it. I would occasionally make myself vomit because I was so upset that I ate more than 1,200 calories, because I was like, man, I'm not gonna get there quick enough. And it was a vicious cycle, and I ended it very quickly because I had a really good person come into my life that just told me, you're beautiful the way you are, Christian, thank you. And to not let that happen anymore, and to start developing a healthy relationship with food, to eat, to feed myself when I'm hungry, to love food, but not take advantage of it, and to be okay with indulging a little bit, because we're only human. So that's why I'm super passionate about this topic when it comes to nutrition, because I know what it's like to feel so obsessed with reaching a goal and get obsessed with every aspect of it, and upset with ourselves when we don't meet our standards. But knowing that we're not always going to be perfect and to a T, and accepting that and letting it be okay is your first step, is the first step you need to take. And it'll help you tremendously if you listen to the words I'm saying. Let it happen and don't be upset about it. You are human. It's natural, and you're going to get past it, and you're going to get right back up, and you're going to keep going. You're not going to be mean to yourself about it, because it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Food is good. So to end this podcast today, I hope that you guys really picked up some strategies or just some motivation from everything I've talked about. But I just want to circle back to all the things that you can start doing to help your nutrition game out. So, number one, figure out where it is that you struggle most with when it comes to nutrition, whether it be having things prepared, whether it be, what foods you're eating, what time of day, how you eat. Figure that out. What are you struggling with most when it comes to that area? And be gentle about it. Just kind of ask yourself gently and be honest with yourself. Once you get that into perspective, try to space out your meals a little bit better. Try to give yourself a little bit leeway in between each all of them. Snack throughout the day, and don't starve yourself and then eat a ton at one meal. It's really not great for your metabolism, in my personal opinion. Okay, not a doctor here. Planning ahead, another one. Okay, getting your meals ready to go, knowing what you're going to eat for the week, getting your groceries, having a game plan. Okay, that's going to be a good key thing that you can do. Next, having a partner or household that is on the same page as you, super, super helpful. But if that is not something that can happen for you, get that tunnel vision going, block off your side of the fridge, get some big blue tape and say, hey, this is my side. No one touch your cabinet, whatever you need to do, get a mini fridge in your room. You can do it. No excuses. Next, get creative. Okay, go on Pinterest, go on Instagram, check out what I'm doing for recipes, and just have fun with it. Don't make it boring. Okay, make it lots of fun and eat good food. And lastly, you guys, develop that relationship with food that is healthy and you feel good about. And don't beat yourself up when you have a little bit of fun. All right. I hope that helps you guys. And if you have any questions or would like any more tips and tricks in this area, please reach out to me and let me know how I can be of help. Have a beautiful rest of your day, you guys. And thanks for listening in. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to the All Physiques podcast. If you are loving what you're hearing, please be sure to share and give me a follow. Also, you can visit my website at www.nataliecompazzi.com to subscribe for email updates and more. And if you aren't already following me, go ahead and head over to Instagram and follow me at Natalie Compazzi for loads of motivation and fun. See you next time, you guys.